It's one of the loudest stadiums in the National Football League. And with the drum beating, the crowd has begun its battle cry here at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Los Angeles Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs. On the visiting sideline, there's Chargers head coach Jim Harbaugh. His guys off to a real sharp 2-0 start to begin this 2026 campaign. On the other side, Chiefs head coach Andy Reid. His guys also 2-0, so this is a good measuring stick matchup early in the season. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson on hand as Cameron Dicker is set to kick things off. And off we go from KC. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. And there is the guy at the top of the game, Patrick Mahomes, their quarterback.
Really solid all-around performance last week, Mike, and I think the biggest factor that led to the win is his ability to continue to protect the football. He executed the offense, ran it exactly how they designed all week in practice.
Oh, and they come after him right away, and definitely goes on the first play of the game.
Prior to the opening kickoff, the home crowd is rocking. They're on their feet cheering. Well, one play in, got a little quieter in here. This defense came out, and they took the fight right to him, able to bring the quarterback down for an opening play sack to get their defense settled into this one.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. Escaping to his left. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. A big play there on the scramble. It's a gain of 34. They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Elijah Mitchell. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
Mahomes now on 2nd down. He'll get this complete. That's the tight end, Noah Gray. Now after the play, looks like we have an injury for one of the Chiefs. Not something you want to see in the opening minute of the game. Third and a yard. They'll try to run for it with Mitchell. Oh, he won't get there. Looking for a cutback lane. It never opened up. And now it's 4th down.
So it's a pretty manageable 3rd down, so they really have the option to run or pass. So they decide to keep the ball on the ground, which I don't mind as long as you've made the decision already that you're willing to use 4th down to pick up the rest of the yards. If not, I think that's a big mistake.
So here come the Chargers, the offense getting set to come out, led by their quarterback, the 6th overall pick in the 2020 draft. It's Justin Herbert.
It's not often that you can win by multiple scores in the NFL, so you got to imagine they're coming into this week's game with a lot of confidence. They were able to put together a pretty well-rounded performance in all 3 phases last week. So again, can they build off that? Can they continue to grow as an entire team? Because offense, defense, and solid contribution from their special teams, they showed last week, and going forward, this is going to be a hard team to beat. I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
They'll give it to Harris again. And a much better result here. Give him 7, and it sets up 3rd down.
Set. 380. Ready.
Shotgun now for Herbert. He gets this one complete to Johnston. 11 yards on the pass there. First down, L.A.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
And he'll just hope to stay on his feet here, picking his way forward for a gain of about 4. From the 25, here's second down and 6.
Set. Set.
Another run here with Harris. Up the sideline to the 40. He is tough to bring down. A big one there on the ground. That is a big play for L.A. 36 yards.
380. Run.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10.
Set. Lion, lion, lion. Let's go.
Give up the middle to Harris. He'll edge forward for maybe a yard. Leo Chenal, the linebacker, there for the tackle. From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 9.
Set. 380. Run.
Now a play fake. Herbert. Got a man left side. It's caught. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. That is a big play for L.A. 32 yards.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
This opening drive going to form so far. Now they've got it 1st and goal.
Set. 380. Run. What is it?
They'll run with Hampton. Nothing there. He is fortunate just to get back to the line. Now it's 2nd and goal.
We're seeing such an uptick, Mike, across the league in these hybrid kind of positionless defenders, especially safety. So are they a safety? Are they a linebacker? They're good in both coverage. And in this case, they can play near the line of scrimmage and still make plays on the ground. And after putting together what's been a long and methodical drive, they suddenly find themselves on the verge of potentially stalling out. So this defense, they can get a stop here. I would feel like a pretty big win on a drive that's largely been dominated by the offense.
Black 80. Black. Ready.
Herbert now on 3rd and goal. This one caught just past the pylon. Matt McConkey. Touchdown, Los Angeles. His 4th TD grab of the season.
That was just too easy, Mike. It's just straight man coverage. Great route by the receiver on the slant. You just can't give up an inside release deep in your own end zone because, as you just saw, it's pitch and catch.
Cameron Dicker, the kicker for the extra point. He's got it. And the Chargers will take a 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. The return starts from the 5. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Chiefs offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. Mahomes quickly out to Rice. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. With that, I want to give you a look here at the receiving numbers for him from the game a week ago. Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 8.
Yellow.
They'll run it over center with Mitchell. And he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. That's over the middle and caught by Rice.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense, like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
And the D closes quickly. He stopped after a gain of a yard. Deion Henley there on the tackle. Here comes 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. That's to Gray, open on the left side. And he's going to be out of bounds with a gain of 7. And that'll be enough for a 1st down.
Yellow.
Motion man is Rice. Mahomes going to push this one forward. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. A give up the middle for Mitchell. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
Call it a gain of 13. 1st down, KC.
There's a big conversation going on right now around the NFL about what is the true value of having a run game. And I've always thought it comes down to being good at 3 situations. Can you run the ball in the 4th quarter with a lead? How well can you run the ball on the goal line? And then in this case, how well can you run the ball in short yardage situations?
2nd down, 8 to go from the 28. Another run here with Mitchell. And he's going to pick up the 1st down. Tackle made right at the 20-yard line. Here's Mahomes. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. And he is out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
It's been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
The Chiefs have it here to start quarter number 2 as they go to work on 1st and goal.
Yellow.
The man in motion is Burks. Mitchell. And He's going to go backwards, taken down at the 6.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
And this a slight improvement over the previous play. He's not going to lose yardage. He's not gaining any either. It's 3rd down.
Give credit to this defense, Mike. Their back's against the wall, and they're standing tall so far. Nothing on those first 2 runs. We'll see what the offense has in store now as they bring up 3rd down.
That is caught by the tight end, Noah Gray. Touchdown, KC. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
The extra point by Butker is good, and the Chiefs will level things out at 7 apiece. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. He fields it at the 8. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Chargers offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. So we've seen from the start of the season the change in the kickoff rule, the ball coming out to the 35 instead of the 30. Greg, as you talk to folks around the league, there's been a little bit of a change philosophically in how to approach even when you kick a field goal in the NFL.
Yeah, and I think so much of the initial conversation is how does the kickoff team handle it? Do you pooch it? Do you kick it out the back of the end zone? And I think there's going to be a wide array of approach. But maybe the part that doesn't get talked about enough, Mike, is how the new kickoff rule actually changes how you play the game offensively. So think if you have the ball inside the 5-yard line, it's 4th and goal from the 3. In the old days, right, the days that we all remember where a touchback following a score, in this case a field goal try, you would kick the ball out of the back of the end zone, hopefully, and it would be a touchback, and you would lose 17 yards. Instead of on a failed 4th down from the 3, your opponent getting the ball at the 3-yard line, they would now get it 17 yards deeper at the 20, and you would get 3 points as a result. Now, all of a sudden, if you do settle for that field goal, the chances of my opponent now possessing the ball following the kickoff outside of the 30, I lose significant field position. So the idea is I'm going to go for more touchdowns inside the 5. I'm going to go for more 4th and goal situations, because even if I fail, I would much rather defend my opponent when they're inside their own 5-yard line than outside of their own 30-yard line, because the difference in 3 points over the course is not worth the field position.
And the play callers in the NFL are a lot like the people who play the video games. Let's go for it on 4th down. We're seeing it more, and it adds to the excitement of the NFL in 2025. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
10. Count it. Go.
Run between the tackles for Hampton. And they'll take this down inside the 35. A gain there of 11. And the Chargers have the 1st down.
Set. Lion. Ready.
They'll go again with Hampton. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. They keep feeding him. 15 more on the ground. And another 1st down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
Here's 2nd and 6.
Set. Delta, set. Real.
Another run here with Hampton. And he is out of bounds at the 4-yard line. A gain of 11, and it's 1st and goal.
The story of this drive has just been their ability to sustain and get fresh sets of down. Now, in this case, after picking up that big gain on the ground, they find themselves 1st and goal.
380.
Sanders. And he's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
380. 380.
A give, and here comes Hampton. Not a lot of room to work there. Well played by the defense. And they set themselves up for 3rd and goal.
Set. 380. Set.
Out of the gun, here's Herbert. To the goal line and in. Trey Harris. Touchdown Chargers. Dicker now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Chargers will move out to a 14-7 lead. After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. Nico Remigio to bring it back. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They go play action with Mahomes. Open man downfield, it's Rice. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. Great way to start the drive. A gain of 20 and a 1st down. On the give, it's Mitchell. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
On 2nd down, Mahomes. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long.
Yellow.
Mahomes back. He'll get this out wide to Mitchell. Oh, a nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain. Here's Brad Robbins now, and he'll be looking for something better after that poor first punt. Look it up through the raindrops. No issue there, though. Fair catch, called for, and taken successfully. The Chargers offense and Omarion Hampton getting set for their next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10.
Run. Set. 380. Run.
They'll start on the ground with Hampton. And this will be a short pickup to about the 30. Jabari Connor there on the stop.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Set. 380. Run.
On the handoff, Hampton heading right. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. We'll return to Arrowhead after this. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8.
Set. Delta. Set. Go.
From the gun, it's Herbert. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. 17 yards on that play. It's good for a Charger first down.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeouts. You can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
380. Run. Set.
Throwing now is Herbert. Right side and hauled in by McConkey.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
380. Run.
Herbert going to try to throw on 3rd down. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there. Now the Chiefs going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. On 4th down, out is J.K. Scott to punt for the Chargers. Kansas City sends Nico Remigio back to return. That one's going to land a little too close to the goal line. Doesn't stop into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Chiefs offense headed back to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Play fake. Now it's Mahomes. Pass is caught by Gray, right side. Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. To throw is Mahomes. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down. Throwing now, Mahomes. He'll go right and find his running back. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
15.
Mahomes now to throw again. That's taken in by Burks. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line. Now KC going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go until halftime. Here's 1st and 10.
Yellow.
Gray is the motion man here. On the handoff, here comes Mitchell.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
They face 2nd down and 7. They'll go again with Mitchell. And he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere. 3rd and long for Mahomes. Now a shot here, deep middle. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And a strong 1st down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short. So, halftime straight ahead, and we send it over to Scott Hansen, who has the EA Sports halftime
Our
report.
look at the NFL starts now. In Charlotte, the Panthers at home to take on the Minnesota Vikings. And this is Bryce Young. He is at his best when the lights are brightest. 4 touchdown passes for him on the night. The Panthers are into the win column. They get the victory here in Week 3. From there, it's down to the Big Easy in New Orleans. We'll check in on the Saints. They're hosting the Detroit Lions. And this is Jahmyr Gibbs. He's going to find a crease and take it 13 yards to the end zone. The Lions have taken a 3-point lead to the locker room, 10-7 at the half. One more to show you real quick. It's over in Tampa, the Buccaneers hosting the Cincinnati Bengals. And this is Baker Mayfield. A 4-yard touchdown pass in the box score. The Bucs, looking for their 2nd win after an opening week loss, they're up at halftime. And with that, a look at what else is going on around the NFL here in week number 3. Meanwhile, in our game, a fairly even first half, all things considered. 14-7 is the halftime score as we get you back out to the second half and rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense and Omari and Hampton getting set for their next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. This drive will begin with a run with Hampton. That's a nice job keeping his balance in these conditions. A gain of about 5.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
We'll try the right side now with Hampton. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. First down, L.A.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. That's 13 more on that play. And quickly, another first down.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical right down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain. From the 44-yard line, here's second down and 9.
Kappa, kappa, kappa. Let's go.
To throw, it's Herbert. To the middle of the field, he's got Johnston. And they'll take this down inside the 35. It's a gain of 10 yards. And the Chargers have the first down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Set. 380. Set.
Hampton trying to work inside. And he'll try to keep his footing, manages to work it ahead for a couple of yards. From the 32-yard line now, here's second and 8.
Set. 380. Lion, lion, lion. Ready.
On the ground, it's Sanders. It'll be a short pickup down to the 31. George Karlaftis there to make the play. They need the 24-yard line as they come up for third down.
Delta. Hut.
Shotgun now for Herbert. He's got it at about the 8. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line. A gain of 26. And it sets up first and goal. 5 yards from the house. They've got it first and goal.
380.
They'll run with Hampton. And this one blown up. Good surge will drop him. A loss on the play back to the 9-yard line.
So much of what makes a toss play so good is it allows you to get the ball on the perimeter of the defense really quickly, and it doesn't stress all of your backside blocking. But on the downside, it does get your running back running east and west. They're running sideways for the first couple steps, and with a defense that can run to the ball.
In trouble, and down he goes.
What once looked like a promising drive has suddenly hit a little bit of a roadblock here, Mike. They're in scoring position, yes, but now on third and goal following that second down sack, this defense has a shot to come away, only giving up 3.
So the last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's third and goal.
380.
Now Herbert. That's going to be broken up in the end zone. Incomplete. There was no space to fit that one in. And now here comes fourth and goal.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way. Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot, your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit. He does a great job here, able to put that one through.
Safe kick taken at the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Chiefs offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They find themselves down 17-7 as this drive starts first and 10. Play action here. Mahomes. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Here comes Mitchell on the toss to the right. He'll push forward for about a yard. Tuli Tuipulotu there for the tackle.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. On play action, it's Mahomes. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Xavier Worthy there. And 3rd down coming up. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. That's to Gray. Open on the left side. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a first down in this spot.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the first down anyway.
And he's not going to outrun the defense. They push him back out of bounds, a loss of a couple. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. He'll get this out to his running back. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain. They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. Open man, that's the tight end, Gray. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 6.
Yellow.
They'll run it over center with Mitchell. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did he hold his gap, he's able to shed his block and make the play.
Mahomes going to throw here on 3rd down. This is caught at the 2. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line. They've got it. It'll be 1st and goal after a pickup of 21.
Yellow. 180.
They'll run with Mitchell. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Elijah Mitchell. Touchdown, Kansas City. His first touchdown of the new campaign. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
17. Chiefs 14.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Here's Darius Davis to return it. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The Chargers offense and Omari and Hampton getting set for their next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. They'll go with Hampton. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line. An even 20 yards. Impressive start to this drive.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10.
Set. 380.
On the ground, Hampton. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
And up until this point, this is not something that we've seen a lot of. His running backs had a really nice day. So in this case, this rep goes to the defense.
380.
Herbert to throw on 2nd down. Throwing right. That's Johnston. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. 23 yards on that pass play. It's good for a Charger 1st down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the 1st down.
380. Ready.
A run. This is Hampton. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's taken down on what is the final play of this 3rd quarter. So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. 1st down and goal.
Cap it. Go.
Hampton goes over the top and into the end zone. Touchdown. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Point after now from Dicker. His kick is good. And the Chargers go up by 10. 24-14 is their lead. After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. Remigio now on the return. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground with Mitchell. And he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard.
You know, so I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
They'll let the fullback try to push the puck. Trying to use that big body to get the yardage, but he is stopped for no gain.
Man, even the big guy couldn't barrel ahead for just a couple yards and pick up that first. That's really impressive by that defensive front to not only hold up, but to force fourth down.
Needing the tough yards, they'll go with their fullback. And that's not going to work. The defense comes up with a fourth down, fourth quarter stand, and forces a turnover on downs.
Well, Mike, this is a real throwback football play right here. There's not many teams around the league that utilize a fullback, but when you have one, use them. And that's exactly what they tried to do here, but he was not able to pick up this first down. Great job by this defense getting a huge stop.
Set. Lady. Set.
On the handoff, it's Harris. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Set. Delta. Set. Ready.
On the RPO, he's just going to pitch this one forward.
Well, you know, Mike, if I had to guess, I'd say that's probably not what they had in mind when they called that play, but those guys on defense, it felt like they knew what was coming from the start, and they got to him in a hurry.
Delta. Set.
On third and long, it's Herbert. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
Here's Cameron Dicker now on for the field goal. This one from 52 yards away. He has to drive this through the rain, but he does. The kick is good. And the Chargers will add to their lead here in the fourth quarter. So, Dicker back out after the field goal. He'll send this one away. Remigio now on the return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense ready to take over once again. They'll start out first down and 10.
Eye on these two.
Mahomes. Out wide, setting up the screen for Rice. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's second and 6. Motion man is Rice. Now a run, and it's their fullback with the carry. Trying to use that big body to go forward. Going to get to the line of scrimmage, but nothing after that. Third and 5. Throwing is Mahomes. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. Tui Pelotu. He's in to drop him for a sack, and that will bring up fourth down.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's fourth down. Here's Mahomes. This is caught. He's got a long way to go. The head coach of the Chargers, their former QB as well, Jim Harbaugh, his offense goes back to work. And they are really playing well here to start September, aren't they? On their way to 3-0 as they look to finish this one off. Andy Reid wants another look at that, and Big Red has thrown the red challenge flag.
Previous play is under review.
What they're looking at here is the spot of the football. Always tricky to get this exactly right, but it only takes a few inches to make a big impact. So slow this down, find a landmark on the field, and determine where the spot should be. So the challenge doesn't change the official's decision. They're going to keep the spot right where it was.
Set. Cap it. Set.
Run between the tackles for Hampton. And he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard. So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 9.
Lion. Ready.
Hampton going to get it on the zone read. And he'll pick his way forward, a gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
380. Run. Set. 380. Run. 380. Run. Let's go.
From the gun, it's Herbert. Going left side, complete to Harris. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
And at this stage of the game, every 1st down gets them one step closer to being able to finish this one out. This defense has to find a way to get off the field. They have to get the ball back to their offense to give them a chance.
On 1st down, it's Hampton. His defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Well, the defense gets a rare win. We've seen this ball carrier have his way on the ground pretty much all day today, Mike, and give credit to the defense. They were able to get back in the backfield with some penetration and bring them down for a loss.
Set. 380. Run. 59. Ready.
They'll go again with Hampton. And much more room to run on this one. Pickup of 8, and that'll bring up 3rd down.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense, and right now it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
Herbert going to try to throw on 3rd down, and that is incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Tyler Conklin. And that's going to lead to a 4th down. Three for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Chargers will extend their lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Remigio now on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Chiefs' offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10.
Yellow.
Off the play fake. Mahomes. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's 2nd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Over the middle, that's the tight end, Gray. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. On first down, it's Mahomes. There's that man again, another catch. They come up for 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Right back to the air for Mahomes. That's complete left side to Worthy. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. Mahomes going to keep it himself. Oh, a loose football. And this is recovered by the Chargers. From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Set. Ready. Go.
They'll start on the ground with Hampton. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain. And quickly, the clock stops again. Defense taking the timeout. $1:54 to go. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Set. Ready.
Another run here with Hampton. And he'll take this up past the 40. A pickup of 5. And now we'll get a timeout by the defense. So the clock stops with 1:50 left in the game. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. He's got a man! It's Harris! He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle third of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time, delivering a strike.
Here's 1st and 10.
Set.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee.
Set.
2nd and 11.
180 hot.
Herbert down to a knee. And that should wrap this one up. So it's a win for the visiting Chargers. They continue their winning ways in the month of September. They're off to a 3-0 start. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.